Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Warcraft Rumble dungeon guide, I'm going to show you how to take down Blackfathom Deeps with Arthas. And Arthas is a wonderful leader and great leader to take into Blackfathom Deeps as well. And this is the arm that I have been using with Arthas. So I'm using Arthas with the Death Grip talent. Death Grip is really sweet here because those ogre mages in the first fight, you just can get rid of those and just helps you in the other fights as well. Then I have Plague Farmer with Splashing Pumpkins. I have Priestess. Here I actually don't have the right talent on this account. I would prefer Powered Shield generally with Arthas, but I mean Priestess is just good for healing Arthas, and it's good to have a lot of cycle minis with Arthas so that you can just get more Arthases in because Arthas is so powerful. Then I have Pyromancer. Pyromancer is especially needed on the second map because there's going to be those gargoyles in the second map, and Pyromancer is your main way of handling those. I have Witch Doctor here with Spirit Ward, just giving a little bit of fire support also, both against the squads in the third map in particular, and just in general able to shoot air and able to shoot ground. Then I have a Chimera here. Chimera is also really good against taking out those gargoyles. Chimera is really good in the third map against all of those squad minis. And in the first map, this Chimera has actually a pretty dull task in this Arthas army, because the purpose of this Chimera is to kill that one Murloc that's going to keep shooting at your base. So once I get rid of that once, then afterwards, because I have all these cycle minis, then when they respawn, I will be able to just snipe it before it gets to the ledge, so and it's going to be kept away. But Arthas can easily sacrifice a Chimera just to do that, so in order for Arthas to have more power in the later maps. And then I have an Earth Elemental. Earth Elemental can distract your enemies in multiple maps. Good on third map, good on the second map. On the second map, the left tower, I want to take the left tower, so I can send a Chimera flying over the poison fields, and then I can use Earth Elemental to distract the tower, and then the Chimera can take it. Overall, just pretty powerful. Not using the Unbound strategy on boss 1 now. Unbound strategy is a little bit weaker now that the Spiderlings are so fast, and you sometimes also have to defend, and Arthas is just very strong going through the choke point anyway, so Arthas has no issues there. And this is what it looks like when Arthas takes on Blackfathom Deeps in action. So here we go, Blackfathom Deeps with Arthas, and there those Murlocs come, and the one is going to be shooting at my base. But I want to go up the right lane here with Arthas. Arthas is just a phenomenal leader here, Frostora, Footman. Just that push is going to be so powerful. And now there's that Murloc that's shooting at my base, and I don't like that. So here actually I should have been a little bit more patient, put the Earth Elemental in the first, then I would have been able to save the Chimera. Although the Chimera still wouldn't have been able to go up the right lane, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Anyway, I managed to get rid of the Murloc that was shooting at my base, which was the main thing that I wanted to happen. If there's Earth Elementals being summoned, well, I have Plague Farmers, I have Pyromancers, I have a lot of tools that can kill Earth Elementals pretty quickly. And now that I'm fighting for the right tower, then I will be able to use some cycle minis out there to just prevent that one Murloc from getting back and shooting at my base, and otherwise I'm just going to push up and, well, kill people. So here the Murloc respawned, as you can see, but the Murloc was immediately killed because I still had armies here. So here we go. Pushing up the right lane, lots of cycle minis in the comp. Comp is pretty cheap. I can get Arthas again and again. That's going to be wonderful. Witch Doctors are giving me some protection against the ogre mages. Now there are those Murlocs up on the ledge, but the Chimera can see them. So otherwise they would just keep shooting at Arthas and all of my minis. But once we get close enough, then the Chimera is going to finish them off, as you can see. As you can see on the top edge right now, Chimera is finishing them off right away. And here I actually didn't do very well in killing that Murloc, but I was able to kill the Murloc anyway, and that's the point. So there won't be a Murloc shooting at my base while my deathbow goes up and kills the boss. That's the idea. And Arthas is just the Frostora, the Footman, all of that stuff. It just enables me to push through the choke point much more easily than with many other leaders. Next up, we're on Aquanis, the second map, and here Arthas is much weaker, because obviously Arthas can't walk in that poison, Arthas cannot shoot air, and every mini is flying, so yeah, we're not going to have as good of a time with Arthas here. Actually, while I was building this comp, that's one of the main reasons that I wanted to have both Pyromancer and Chimera in this comp. Arthas is going to give me some tanking power. Arthas can still do some things in this map, but I just needed to have those minis that can shoot air, and that are able to take out all the gargoyles and stuff. So here we go. Everything's looking good. Arthas team is going in. I can see that there's a gargoyle approaching the tower from the top, which means that I would like to have a pyromancer shoot it. Sometimes I can put the pyromancer on the left deployed zone, so that then it will be able to journey back, join Arthas in the attack after killing the gargoyle. But the downside of doing that is, like what happened here, is that the gargoyle can then sometimes take the tower and then I will lose the tower momentarily. I won't lose it long enough for the enemy to deploy on it, but still. And here I'm using the Earth Elemental and then I'm using the Chimera. And now the beauty of this is that the Chimera is also able to kill all sorts of minis that spawn at the tower. So as long as the tower is distracted, then Chimera is going to do a fine job. And here we go, Chimeras took the other tower. So I want those 2 towers so that my base will not be threatened. Because surprise gargoyles coming to my base, that's something that just ends up hurting a lot. I don't want that to happen. And here, just look at that hero Chimera, killing that Drake too. Now I want the Pyromancer out there and properly position the Pyromancer, taking out the Batrider before it gets to shoot thanks to the Pyroblast talent. Just beautiful. And our push has already reached the boss. Well, the boss can deal some damage. Those Arthas footmen took a hit and Arthas took a hit. But I have Chimera and I have Plague Farmer, and look at the poison ticks. They're stacking up, they're stacking up, they're stacking up. And that boss is so dead. And boom, it's dead. And finally there is Akumai. All these squads, but hey, squads. I have Pyromancer, Witch Doctor, Chimera in this party. So let's get this party started. Yeah, bring on your squads. Just like bring it on, bring it on. Quillboar. There are also 1 million Quillboars in this map. The boss just keeps spawning more Quillboars. It's crazy how many Quillboar. Like, what is up with all those Quillboars? I just... It's amazing, really. But be that as it may, we have Arthas. Arthas slows the boss down. We have Priestess healing up Arthas and the footmen. And boom, look at those heads, they're just falling. And we're at -2, so yeah. Chimera doing some beautiful work, and let's get another Arthas out there. Because the more Arthas the merrier. A little bit slow. A little bit slow here. Timing didn't go quite as well as I wanted to. Now I'm going to lose the Chimera. I'm not sure if I'm able to take the head down here. But we'll see. We'll work on it. I need some anti-air right now, because I see that there's a bunch of harpies coming. That's 6 harpies. Right there, yeah. But Witch Doctor handles them perfectly. And the heads go down, and then all we need to do is make one final push. Let's go. Another Quillboar. So many Quillboars. But thanks to lots of cycle capabilities in this deck, I can just play a lot of Arthases. Like Chimera, I don't have to always play the Chimera. Chimera is the only expensive mini that I have here. But I'm perfectly able to cycle my deck without committing a Chimera. If I don't need one right away. So here we go, here we go. Arthas there, Arthas there. Well, it's a little bit slow again with the elemental for the tanking, but look at that. I mean, Arthas plus friends. Just powering through. Footmen coming up. Arthas maybe should recover from that stun eventually. And he does, and 2 Arthases last head, and that's Blackfathom Deeps with Arthas. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.